All right, maybe you have that. Let me check the audio. And I got to go in here for the audio. All right, that was one thing I did not check when I went live. I'm sorry about that. We were trying to get a few things done before we loaded in. We're trying to get overlays and everything loaded up, but let's go see what is exciting. And once again, Rodney German is going to be out front. Rusty Greer is going to be on that outside in that 007. He is actually going to be scored as the leader right now. And there he is, just out by a bumper. And that bottom line is going to fight right back. And he's got the 9 of Herman Reynolds. Herman Reynolds was giving him a push right into turn number 3. Backed off the bumper just a little bit so we do not get these cars loose. But these 4 cars that are on that top side are pretty much keeping up. Not a lot of side drafting going on. Don't know how the side drafting actually works in these street stocks, but we got a few green flag pit goers as of right now. You got Doug Heffler, you got Barrett, Pruitt, Ebel, Kramer, McFadden, Truman, and Jordan. They are all going to be in the pits, and that is going to leave Rodney German. He is going to be out. They're still leading this race, and look at this lonely car of Rusty Greer. He is going to be on that outside trying to lead a lap all by himself, and he is making it happen. The lonely car on the top lane, making it happen, coming down the backstretch. So just goes to show that in these cars, the draft is important, but it's not all that important. You got Anthony Mintz right there in the 4th position. He is going to be the 3rd car on that bottom row in that number 17. Novak, Nicholas Novak, he is going to be. Everybody's going to be diving into the pit, so a lot of changes are going to be made. Oh, if somebody gets loose coming into the pit lane, he looks like he did get slowed down just a little bit. Let's see how our ticker looks. Sorry about the logo right there, but everybody coming down pit road, and it looks like if these guys right here can get grouped up together, they can probably make it around, and we might see a new leader, and that might be Doug Heffler. Doug Heffler has a line of cars. He's got Pruitt, he's got Barrett, McFadden, and Kramer right there behind him. If these guys can get caught up to Heffler, they might be able to take over the top spot. Nice looking car, old Trans Am with the Firebird on the hood there. Anthony Mintz, he is going to be. Everybody's starting to come out. They're going to have to stay below the yellow line until they get to the backstretch. And there we have the 69 of Rodney German. He was right there with Herman Reynolds, and Reynolds just let him by and let him have that top spot. But here comes Heffler. Heffler is going to be on that outside. He is up to speed, so we're going to see a new leader coming here to the front, and there he is, the new leader, the 64 of Doug Heffler, along with Tim Pruitt. He is going to be taking over that 2nd position with Rodney German. He is going to be sitting in 3rd. So after those pit stops, Rodney German did lose the lead, and that's going to push Herman Reynolds all the way back towards 4th. Take a look at our battle boxes. There you see the battle boxes. So we will be able to go back here and let's see who is side by side. And that is going to be, it looks like it's going to be the 31 and the 2. 2 is going to be on the outside. This is going to be for the 4th to 7th position. Or, excuse me, for the 8th position. And it looks like Wyrick Sr. is Matt Wyrick. I hope I said that right. And Patterson, they are going to be side by side for that 8th spot. Patterson is going to look down low. He's going to get in between the 31 and the 41. So he is going to fall back in line. Maybe these 3 can catch up to Anthony Mintz. Anthony Mintz is riding in the 7th position. So he's got a little bit of work to do in front of him to catch Barrett and Andresen right there in front of him. But 2 cars are out front, and they got a pretty darn good lead. And we're going to go back to our tower because I don't like the way that logo looks. And there we are. We're going to go right back to the tower. Sorry about this. I did not have enough time to get rid of some of those background logos. I was working on it. Still some new things I am learning. But we'll go through the field while we are green flag racing. We have the 64 Heffler. He is going to be out front. Pruitt is going to be sitting there right on his back bumper. Here comes Rodney German with a push from Herman Reynolds. They are catching up and catching up quick. Coming out of turn number 2, they are pretty much all in a line. Now, they do have a pretty good run. We might see these two go to the outside. Got a little bit of weaving back and forth. Maybe they're trying to block that run from going to the outside, and they did. So now they are all going to be in a line. And Larry Andresen, he is going to be right there in that 04 machine, and he has Terry Barrett right there behind him. So we got 6 cars out front. We still have a small little pack right back here, and that's going to be led by the 31 of Patterson. Patterson is up 7 positions from where he started. He's got the 2 on the outside. 2's going to try to make a move by himself. He's got the 44 looking to maybe make some help, but no, he dove it back in behind the 42 of Clement. And let's see if we can get a little bit of an onboard camera. And there we have a little bit of an onboard. Let's see if we have any driver's information. Here we go. Let's driver's details. Can we get that to come up? And there are some aspects that I am not used to, and I very much apologize for that. We'll get rid of that battle box, and there is going to be all right. Let's see. Maybe get some of that up there. Like I said, it's kind of new, so we'll see if it changes with the driver, and it does. In the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, you'll see it. Tim Pruitt, he's going to be riding around in second position, and I'm working on. So there is some pretty cool features with this new setup that I'm trying. We'll put up a little bit of track map, and there you can see where everybody is at. And it looks like Steve Dickerson, he is going to be off track. So we'll go to Nicholas Novick. I think he is going to be the one way back here in the back. You can see he is just coming through the tri-ovals. Oh, there we go. I was able to hide that one logo, so. Not the screen setup that I'm used to, so please just bear with me as we're going to go back up front, and it is pretty much a line full of cars, and Doug Heffler is still out front. You got Tim Pruitt still in second. Rodney Germany is sitting in third. You got Herman Reynolds sitting in fourth. You got Andresen. He is going to be sitting in fifth. We got Terry Barrett riding in the 6th position. He is up 10 positions. He is actually the biggest mover of the race with Troy Patterson. He is going to be sitting in 7th, up 7 positions from where he started. We'll go to our TV3 camera, and there you see the 31 of Troy Patterson. He is going to be right there leading that second little pack, and we'll hide that track map, or go with a car number. So there's different styles that this file has, and like I said, once again, I'm not exactly used to this style, so kind of out of my element. You know, it's like being a newbie once again, and you know, not quite a newbie. But so far, all green flag racing with 13 laps left to go. We'll check on some of the rest of this pack. You got Terry Barrett. He is going to be sitting right there in that line of 6. And there is Troy Patterson. You got Anthony Mintz. He is going to be riding in 8th. Pretty much a straight in a line racing with 43 of Jack Clement. He is going to be sitting 10th. He is going to be one of the second biggest movers of the race. You got Tim Pruitt. He is also going to be up 9 positions. Marcus McFadden down 3 positions, but he is in a respectful 11th place. James Truman, he is going to be riding in this pack of 7. Actually, he is going to be leading this little pack of 7. And then you have the 12 of Kramer. He is going to be right there on that outside. 3 cars battling it out with 4, and they are going to take a 3 wide as they're coming in at turn number 3. Oh, and there's going to be a wreck. It's going to happen. Cars are upside down. Cars are backwards. The 56 is going to be around. The 12 is going to be upside down, and we're going to have to go back and take a look and see what happened there. So that was just pure out chaos. And there we see it. We're going to slow it down a little bit more and go to a different camera angle. '56 is going to be around. Love the Army paint scheme. 12 is going to be upside down on his lid. The 4 is going to be spinning all the way around. And so the 12 is definitely going to go in, and if they have a fast repair, they're going to definitely have to go in and take that fast repair. But let's go back live. With that being our first caution, with 12 laps to go, it is definitely getting dicey. Now we should see pit road being very, very busy. So pit road should be pretty busy as they come in. You have the 7 leading them down. You got Rodney German. He is going to be in the 2nd spot. You got Herman Reynolds, and as they make their pits, all these positions are going to change. So it's going to be a race off of pit road. Who's going to get off of pit road the fastest? We saw Tim Pruitt. He was riding around in 2nd just a little while ago. So, and it looks like Matt is going to be up 12 positions, maybe staying out to lead a lap or so. You got Doug Heffler. He is going to come around maybe for some more repairs or a little bit more of go-go juice. All right, while they are under caution, I'm going to take a gander at everything that we have here. Like I said, a lot of different information than what I use, so it's going to take me a little bit to get used to this. And so far, that 2 is going to be taking over the top spot with Jonathan in that 17. He is going to be up 13 positions. That's going to be our 2 biggest movers, along with Jack. He in that 42. He is going to be up 11 positions from where he started. And it looks like the 42. We're going to have a few other people come down pit road. It looks like the 717 is going to be in. It looks like Tim Pruitt, he's going to be back in. Rodney German. Now, they don't have a lot of laps full of fuel, so it's definitely a fuel mileage race. So if you can save as much and get as much mileage as you can out of that, you could be the winner here tonight. And I don't recall how many laps they said. I think they said they had only about 6 gallons or 6 laps of fuel, and they were at lap 2, I believe. So it's going to be It's going to be very interesting to see what these guys do. Don Jordan, he is going to actually become the biggest mover of the race. He is sitting in the 4th position, up 16 positions. And there is that number 6 machine of Don Jordan, right there behind Terry Barrett. Patterson rocking the Valvoline paint scheme. Nice looking paint scheme. And Herman Reynolds, he is rocking out the Superman paint. Love it. DC Comics. So from the 717 back, they all went back and took a little bit extra fuel. Actually, from the two back on back, they took a little bit of extra fuel. So it's going to be interesting to see how these gentlemen play this out. And green flag is out, and I wasn't expecting that, but it is single file restarts, and the 9 of Reynolds, he is going to be out there in that top spot. And it looks like a couple cars are going to be looking to the outside. And that looks like it's going to be Doug Heffler or I'm sorry, not Doug Heffler. That's going to be Tim Pruitt in that number 7 machine, and he has got a little bit of help behind him. That's going to be the 2, and now the 9 is going to go up to the high line, opening up that low line. Will he have enough room to get back down to the low line? Not exactly sure, but he gets a pretty good push. Let's go different camera angle and see where everybody is sitting. And I don't like that TV angle. There we go. We'll get a flyby. There they go. Even though they are the slower group of cars, they are still pretty fast here. And it looks like Reynolds, he is going to be still out front. We got another taker down pit road. That's going to be Rodney German. He is going to bring his car down pit road. He got it to 31 on the inside. That is going to be Patterson. He has got a lot of cars behind him, pushing him, trying to get his car out front. There you see that 3 of Barrett. He's going to be right there with Pruitt on the outside in the number 7. So they are 2 by 2 for 5 rows deep. And you got a small group of cars back there, and that's going to start off with the 007 of Rusty Greer. So you got a pretty good line of, you got a line of 10 down low, and you got a line of 5 up top. That line of cars, you got another one stepping out. Maybe he can get a little bit of draft and get back to the back bumper of that 717. But he's got a little bit of work to do. And here comes the 42. He is going to try to make something happen on that high line. They are going to be 2 by 2 side by side as they are coming into turn number 1. And that 3 is giving that 31 a push as far as he can. And there he is, Patterson. Patterson is going to be able to take over the lead in that 31 machine. And now the 7 is going to give the 9 a little bit of a push. And we might see another lead change here in just a moment. Let's see if we can get a different view. And there it is. The 9 was able to get that push and get himself pushed out to the front. So the top line is pretty fast. He's going to go down to the bottom line and leave the 7 out to dry. Now the 2 is going to go up to the top line, and they are going to be 3 wide with the 56 right there in the middle, and the 717 out there on the wall pretty much with 7 laps to go. The racing is definitely heating up where they're not afraid to take it 3 wide, and they're going to take it 3 wide. We might even see, if a lane opens up, we might even see a little bit of 4 wide because everybody loves to race Daytona and they want to win Daytona. That's the biggest accomplishment in racing, is winning that Daytona. And here comes those 2 on the outside. They are going to be 3 wide racing for 2 rows back, and then it drops back down to double file. But that 717, he wants the lead, and he wants it bad, and that's going to be Jonathan getting a heck of a push from the 42. 42 is showing in the 6th position, and they're pretty much, oh my goodness, there's the big one, and the big one is going to fly. So the caution is going to be out, and let's see who that started with. As it started with the 2. They were almost 4 wide. 2 got into the 117. 117 pushed the 2 back down the track, and then that pretty much caused the chaos towards the The 64 got a big hit, so he has definitely got some damage, and we're going to try to find some more chaos. There it all is unfolding, and I think we're going to take a ride with the 2. So let's go back to the yellow flag. We're going to stop it right there real quick. We're going to back it up just a little bit. So it actually started with, we're going to go to a cockpit view. Here we go. It actually started with the top 2, and that's going to be the 9 and the 7. Seven tries to get a little bit of a side draft, and they pretty much are door to door, touching doors. And 7 gets a little bit loose. Everybody checking up because they see the chaos going to the front, and that's where it all unfolds. And there you see the 2. We're on board with the 2, and he is going to take a ride around. The 3 is in reverse, going backwards. 44 may have got a little bit of that. And that's going to be McFadden. And chaos just unfolded. So he was able to get slowed down, did not collect any damage, and so yeah, that's going to put a lot of people in the pits, and Herman Reynolds is still going to be out front. He is still going to be leading. Everybody else, you got Patterson still in the pits, or bringing his car down. Is going to be bringing his 04 down pit road. Don Jordan also going to bring his number 6 down pit. So with only 4 laps to go, this is only our second caution. It is not very long races, but it is it's not long lap races, but it's pretty fun to watch. As you know, you don't see these cars at Daytona, so they're bringing these cars out and they're doing tracks that are not done with these cars. So these cars for them are not only short track racing, they're actually super speedway racing also. And we should see the pace car lights go off this time. Everybody is getting caught back up. And Herman Reynolds is going to be out front. McFadden going to be sitting second. Matt in that number 2 up 10 positions. He is going to be sitting third. Thurman in the number 4. He is going to be sitting fourth. We got Barrett. He is going to be sitting 5th in the 11th position. We got Anthony Mintz. He's going to be sitting... Oh, I'm sorry. Barrett is going to be up 11 spots in the 5th position. James Watkins is going to be sitting 7th. Rodney German went into the pits, took a little bit of fuel, and he is right now sitting in 8th. He was in one of the cars involved. Pruitt, he is going to be showing in the 9th position, still up 2 positions from where he started, and Patterson is going to be up 4 in the 10th position. So that's going to wrap up your top 10. We got a couple cars still a couple laps down, or a lap down or so, and that is going to be... Let's get, actually, they're probably getting some repairs done because they're not even showing on the track, or they're out. So I got a couple of viewers out there on the stream. I appreciate y'all stopping by. Like I said, this is a new layout for me, so it's kind of interesting to get navigated through, and I will get it all figured out. So it's a little bit different for me. A little bit different overlays and everything. So they're going to be new to me as they are to you. So it's not that I don't know how to call the races. It's just new styles. All right, pace car lights are out, and we are going to go green with 2 laps to go. And they are right now coming out of turn number... They're going to be coming out of turn number 4. Pace car will dive off, and we will get back to green flag racing for another 2 laps. And I really appreciate these guys letting me come in here, letting me broadcast their race. Um, this is my second broadcast with them, so I'm still learning their names, learning the way they do their racing. But the green flag is going to be out. They are going to be side by side as far as the eye can see, and looks like we are going to have 2 laps left here to go, and that too of the 2 of Matt. He is going to be fighting on the outside. He's got the 44, or excuse me, he's got the 3 of Barrett. He is going to be right there pushing that 2 car all the way through the corners, gives him a little bit of room, backs off the bumper. They are going to be 3 wide. Got the 1 in the middle, and that is going to be James. James is going backwards. He needs to start going forwards. He needs a car in that middle lane to help him, but now he's got a couple cars that might be able to use that draft that are riding pretty much in that middle lane. Now he's going to find a place, and there's going to be the 4 out of shape, and the yellow flag is going to be out once again, and we're going to have to go back and take a look and see what happened to that. Let's find the 4. He is going to be right there. So let's one more time. There you see it. He is down below. You got the 17 right there on the outside. Catches the left. The 17 catches the left rear quarter panel of the 4, and he's going to turn him around. And that's going to collect the 31. 31 is going to get a piece of that action. The 04 did. The 69 did. The 6 and the 64. And the 56 is going to drop it down there to the apron. He is going to make that evasive maneuver. You got the 64 may come down the track. No, he gets by it free and clear. And the 4 is back going the right direction after his spin. All right, well, that's going to bring out another caution. So we will possibly have it's showing final lap now. I don't know if they have any green-white checkers here. It's like I said, this is still new to me, still new to their way of racing. Actually, I haven't broadcasted races with these cars yet, so it looks like we will have maybe a possible another green-white checkered. No, that's it. That race is done. Unofficial results. So it looks like no green-white checker attempts. If caution comes out with 2 to go, they pretty much end it. So that is going to be the end of that race. Matt, he is able to bring home the win here at Daytona Superspeedway with Herman Reynolds. He is going to be sitting in second. You got Barrett. He is going to be sitting in third. Let's see if we can get some final results. Still waiting on the final results so I can show those. And there is the feature, and let's see what it says. All right, for the feature, there is our finishing order. Once again, Matt, he finished in his two car. He finished in the top spot, winning the Daytona Superspeedway with Reynolds right there in second. Barrett right there in third. Pruitt is going to be finishing off in fourth. Patterson, after that big incident, he is going to be finishing in fifth. Andresen, he is going to be finishing in sixth. Mintz is going to be finishing seventh. Don Jordan, he had a little bit of contact through that big one right there before the caution came out, so he was able to gather it back up and finish in eighth. Thurman is going to finish in ninth. McFadden in 10th. Wilkins is going to finish in 11th. German is going to finish in 12th. Heffler in 13th. Jack in that 42, he is going to finish 14th. Brad 15th. Rusty Greer in 16th in his 007. And Mr. Jonathan in that 717 is going to be 17th. And there is our race winner. He is going to be burning it down, trying to get a good angle. And nope, he just ducked it out. He did his burnouts and ducked on out of here. But Definitely a good race, and we should have been able to catch the heat, but I was having some issues with my layouts versus the layouts that I'm using right now. So a little bit of file issues, but we were able to get in with 25 laps to go and get these guys broadcasted, as they put on a heck of a show. And when the laps were winding down, the racing heated up, and that's when we started seeing those cautions, and pretty much zero cautions until about 10 to go. And that's when we started seeing it, as the bumpers were starting to be used a little bit more. But they did work their way through it and got the race done. And, they're going to be moving on to next week. I don't have access to. They have a different style team chat, so I'm gonna have to get access to that, and hopefully we'll be able to interview those winners next time, because they definitely deserve to be interviewed. At least our top three and our biggest mover. But yeah, I will definitely get in their team share and be able to interview them next time. But once again, sorry about the confusion of looking like a newbie. Um, I will get this layout figured out just a little bit, and be back on top of my game. So, well, on behalf of myself and Southern Broadcast Racing Network, we hope you enjoyed the show with the Super Street, with the street stocks here at Daytona Super Speedway. We will catch y'all next time.